Hey guys, Eric back here again, supermegaeric1@gmail.com. And here you go. This is the Crawdads. So this is a slight offshoot of a minor league baseball team. And I kind of played around with it. And I really like the way this one turned out. Although I think I want to up the outline just a shade. Yeah, there you go. I think it looks better on the jersey. So it's a Crawdad. Needed about one or two more layers. I mean, I tried. I actually changed the way the bats are. The bats were four layers each, and I had to turn them into 3 layers each to kind of get some extra stuff done. But I kind of like the way it turned out. I would have liked 3, 4 more layers. I think I could have done a little bit better with the eyes, and a little bit better with the bottom of it too. And then the claws aren't 100%, but necessity being the mother of invention, I think I nailed it pretty well. So this one's pretty easy. This is red, black, and white. Really very, very basics. And I'll show you the red I used. Okay. Right side red, just a little bit below halfway. Okay. And had I gotten a few more, if I had a couple more layers, I probably would have done the belly in a different color. I'd either gone darker red with the whole thing and then lighter red on the belly, or reversed. I would have done a little bit more shading on the claws too, to give a little bit more color there, and maybe do, a line or two on the bat. Unfortunately, like I said, it just kind of ran out of layers when I did this one. I really like it on the jersey, so that's why you got the jersey to the right. I think it looks really freaking sharp. So if you're from the South and you know which team I'm talking about here, and where the inspiration for this comes, hope you like. Here we go. So I didn't do a background. When I started out this whole thing, I kind of realized I was probably going to need every single layer that I had. I actually had to go back a couple of times and tweak things a little bit to try to save some layers here and there. And so that's why there's no background. All right, so you start off with chevron in red, 055 is 065. And just so you know, it should be like that pointing down. Okay, then I did an outline in black. I need the arms to kind of stand out with everything else above it, so that's the reason why I did that. All right, so then for the legs, this actually was a last add. I was trying to get it where the feet can kind of stick out, and I really couldn't come up with something that didn't look completely egregious. This is where I had to save some layers, so I just used the letter E, font 4, bulge pinch, amount -35. So you can play around with this a little bit. You can go the other way, but the problem is that it makes it too small. So it's kind of why I went the way I did. Okay, there you go. Then pinched oval, the football for the body, 0, 13, 0, and 64. And then I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 left parentheses. And it's in font 17, spacing 20, horizontal taper, amount is 3. It may not be completely clear on here, but the top one of these is actually bigger than the smaller. You can even raise it up if you want a little bit and do a little bit more. Like you could shrink it down a little bit and then exaggerate the taper a little bit more for a little bit more sizing. But I kind of like the way that one looked out. So that's at 0, -34, 270, and 15. Then I did a left parentheses and then a right parentheses with 2 spaces in between. So left parentheses, space, space, right parentheses. Just remember when you're doing this, you're going to get a period after the first space. So what I would do is just do parentheses, or left parentheses, right parentheses, go back space in the middle, and then just give 2 spaces, and then it'll get you around it. That's at font 17, spacing 30, to kind of get it right where I wanted to. All right, and that's at 15, 46, 0, and 20. Then I did an outline again because this was going to be needed for the bat and the claws. And that's in black, and I upped it twice, I believe. All right, so we started doing the bats. Like I said, this is one where I had it actually as 3 4 layers per bat, and I had to reduce it to 3 to save some space. So triangle 4 in white, 7, 101, 102, 97. Copy flip, 7, 101, 258, and 97. And I'm sorry if you're new to the channel, I do this at speed runs, position 1, position 2, rotation, and scale. So I would just recommend have a piece of paper when you're watching my videos so you can kind of write these things down as I'm going through. And that way, if you do that, and you can rewatch the video if you need to, you should be able to recreate these things without any issue. These aren't overly difficult to do. All right, so we got both triangles. And then at the end of the bats, we do the half circle in white, negative 189, 143, 282, and 13. Copy flip, 205, 142, 78, and 13. Okay, and then we do a shield 6. Okay, and that's in red. And that's at 0, 127, 180, and 31. And so you can see that's what it's for. It's for the bottom of the head. Then shield 5 on top. Normally this would be pointed the other way, but this is pointed up to be his head. In red, 0, 132, 180, and 32. And then switch 10, start the claw. In red, negative 164, 80, sorry, negative 164, 13, 247, and 34. And so you know that's what it looks like. And then copy it, flip it, 164, 13, 113, and 34. Copy it, flip it, and it's at 151 negative, 14 positive, 256, 33. And the reason do that is to make the claw a little bit thicker. I couldn't increase the size anymore without distorting the proportions. So that's at negative 51, 14, sorry, negative 151, 14, 256, 33. Copy, flip, 151, 14, 104, 33. Okay, and then we're doing a lips 2 in black, negative 18, 139, 96, and 15. Copy it, negative 18, 139, 96, and 13. And you may ask why I had them overlap. I just did it to try to keep the definition of between the two eyes, which, you know, because I was running out of layers and I knew it was going to be rough at this point to get everything I wanted to do. All right, so then after you do, and then sorry, that second one was in white. I apologize. So it was the black one at negative 18, 139, 96, 15, and then in white copied negative 18, 139, 96, and 13. And then you copy it and flip it, 18, and sorry, in black, 18, 139, 264, 15, and then copy it in white, 18, 139, 264, and 13. Okay. Then as a space saver, I did, there you go, the apostrophe, 2 of them, font 15, and that's at 0, 141, 0, and 9. And then I did 2 apostrophes again. This time you go, so do 2 apostrophes right next to each other, then give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spaces in between. Okay. And that's in font 15, spacing 2, bend, and bend at 9. And that'll give you the nubs of the bat. And those will be at negative 3, 55, 0, and 24. And then we do a half circle for the eyelid. Negative 15, 164, 22, and 8. Copy, flip, 15, 164, 3, 38, and 8. All right, and for the mouth, I did 2 left parentheses, font 17, horizontal taper, amount 8. And that's just kind of give them lips. And so you can see the top one's a little bit bigger than the bottom one. And at 0, 76, 271, and 12. All right, and that is something new right there too. All right, and then to finish off the left claw, ellipse 1 in red, negative 167, 51, 75, and 20. Copy, flip, 167, 51, 285, and 20. And then to kind of simulate the claw and kind of try to have it look like he's holding the bat. Not 100% successful there, but can't really tell from distance and on the jersey. A wavy line in black, negative 149, 41, 118. And if you need to know what it is, it starts off and it curves to the left, back to the right, back to the left. And that's, so then you're going to copy it, flip it, 143, 43, 262, and 18. So it starts at the left, curves to the right, curves to the left, curves to the right. right. And then doing the top, I did like swish 11, and then I wanted to play around with it, and I came back to swish 1 and tried it, and I kind of liked it. So I'm going to stick with that one. So swish 1 in red, that's the Nike swoosh. 91, 208, 193, and 44. Right there. And then copy, flip, negative 91, 208, 167, and 44. And there you go, guys. A kind of cool, I think. Really like this one. I think it's pretty sharp. It looks fantastic on the jersey. Take this out in gameplay, just like I did with the Corn Kings, the previous one, and I really like the way this one looks. I think this looks pretty badass. If Super Mega Baseball 4 gives us more layers, or if they're going to do any more updates besides the one that keeps being promised and delayed, if we get any more layers, I will definitely come back to this one and tweak it, because there's definitely a little bit more I want to do. So one thing I want to do is I want to take one of the squares, probably square 4, and extend the bottom here a little bit, and then I would actually make the bottom like I wanted. It would be probably ellipse 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. So it would angle out, and angle down. Because that's what I originally did, and I had to switch to this to make it work the way I wanted to. And like I said, I would have done some shading around the claws, like with maybe a lighter red. I would do arc on those, and then maybe I would do a line, maybe line here, line there, on the back, just to kind of give it a little bit more. Or what could be really cool is if I had another layer, you could do Crawdads. And there you go. So I need what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about 8 layers. 8 more layers, and I think this would look really freaking good. I really like the way it looks, but like I said, I think it could look a little bit better with just a shade more layers. I played around with this for about an hour. It actually only took me about 20 minutes to make, but then I spent time trying to really tweak it. Like I said, I think the bats were a little bit better when I originally made it, but I had to shave a layer on each side. Same thing with the claws. I expanded it to try to make them look a little bit better, and it ate up some of the layers I saved. So again, hope you like it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Love to hear your feedback, what you think about this. And like I said, I probably would have put a different coloring around the belly too. So, would have gone either lighter red with the black, or maybe you haven't even gone black with a lighter red for the parentheses going up the middle. So, all right, let me know what you think. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video.